Well, howdy do, Buckaroos, and how the heck are you? It's getting close to Christmas here at the Beer Whisperer Pub. Thinking it's been warming up, I guess, but still feels kind of chilly. It feels like it ought to be stout and porter weather. So this one is the Pig Trail Porter from Diamond Bear Brewing Company. 6.2%, 38 IBUs, I think, are the numbers. I mean, poured. I usually have it poured and ready to go, but I didn't have it poured. So I'm being joined once again for this session with Todd Red. Todd, what are you drinking, buddy?
I am drinking one that I found in my refrigerator that must have been left behind from a previous gathering, I guess. It's a Sam Adams Cream Stout. I haven't had this one in a long time.
Oh yeah, actually, I hadn't had that one in a while either. Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, "What the hell?" I'll pop that, and it's only 4.9. So I figured after that last one, I'll mellow out just a little bit for the night.
yeah, yeah. I dropped down to 6.3, but yeah, you had a big 10.4 beer.
uh, so yeah, I hadn't had it, so I thought, yeah, what the hell not? There was actually two of them in there, so whoever left it, that's their fault. Typically, I'll leave them in there, but sometimes depends on what it is that's left behind. So
Well, if they didn't want you to drink it, they wouldn't have left it there.
that's generally how it goes. Most time when they come back and if it's still there, they're like, "Why didn't you drink that?" I was like, "I don't know, because either I didn't want to, or I was just leaving it for when you come back." So, like I said, depends on what it is. If it's something I want to drink, then I'll drink it. My cousin left a couple of beers from Taxman a couple weeks ago, and those didn't make it too long. So
What was that one you sent me? It was like a Belgian style milk stout.
yeah, that one is. Oh shoot, what the heck was the name of that one?
That one was amazing.
I can see the can. I can't think of the hell the name of it now.
Yeah, that one was incredible.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do
I
some
can't
really good
remember it
stuff.
either now, but yeah, there's a
Shoot.
Belgian style milk stout. That was just crazy.
Yeah, they do some really good things. I like Taxman. They're one of the I say local. They're probably 60 miles or give or take from where I'm at. So local enough.
Yeah, I'd call that local enough.
It's a great place. The brewery there is amazing. Great food and beers are. I don't think I've had one yet from them that's not been good. Trying to think of
Oh. So any
what the
last?
name of that one was. Yeah.
You have any Christmas shopping left to do?
Nope, we are done. We don't really go out and do it. We basically do everything on Amazon now.
Yeah, yeah, it's nice that you can do that. Yeah.
Have it delivered right to your doorstep.
Can't remember last time I was at a mall. It's been a few years.
I took my daughter out last Friday, I think it was. She wanted to pick up a couple little items for a couple of her little friends, so I took her out. And that's the first time I was walking through the mall. I was like, "Oh, I hadn't seen that store before." She's like, "Well, it's been here for a while." I was like, "Okay, well, I haven't been here for a while, so it'd been some time."
So after that big 10.4 stout, can you taste this one, or is your taste buds gone?
No, I can taste it.
Is it like drinking water?
No, it's not. It is definitely a little bit. The mouthfeel on it's a little more watery, but it's actually it's actually pretty good. I don't mind at all. It's I don't taste quite as much of the sweetness out of it as I definitely get the coffee notes in it though. Coffee and some dark chocolate in it, like they mentioned on the bottle. I definitely do pick that up, and some roastiness, but it also says sweetness. I don't really get much of the sweetness on there. And that could be from the other one. No, the other one was I wouldn't say sweet tasting, but definitely sweeter with the chocolate flavor than this one.
Yeah. This one's nice.
I'm about to look at beer right now. You got me wondering.
It's a nice porter from Diamond Bear. Diamond Bear kind of gets overlooked. They're in North Little Rock, Arkansas. They don't do a lot of out of the box stuff, so they kind of get overlooked in today's craft beer market. But they do some very solid styles, and this again is pretty much what they do. Is they just do a great version of a style. Uh, they may not get out of the box too far, but what they do is done well.
Now, the Diamond Bear does the presidential beer.
Yeah, they got the presidential IPA, and then their double IPA is called the two term.
So, well, how far are you from Little Rock?
About 4 hours from Springfield, about 3 hours from where I work in Arkansas.
Okay, well, that's not too crazy bad then, I guess.
No, but there's a lot
About
of
in the middle to there, then to St. Louis for you, then, huh?
Yeah, well, yeah, actually, St. Louis is a little bit closer, and there's actually more breweries in St. Louis, but there are a handful of really good ones in the Little Rock area.
Name of that beer was Frozen Assets. I had to look it up because it was bugging me.
Frozen Assets, that was it. Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah. That was a good beer.
Yeah, they do really good. If you ever make it out this way again, sometime I'll have to get you up to that brewery and visit there. It's about an hour, 10 or 15-minute drive from where I live, so it's not terribly far. But and there's a couple of breweries on the way, or even within the region there that you can get also as well. But their brew house, their breweries is fantastic. It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, you almost kind of wonder why somebody would even open a brewery there, but it's great. Yeah, Scream sounds pretty good.
Mercy. So you guys go out of town for Christmas, or do you do a dinner at your house?
We do a gathering on Christmas Eve. Have friends and family, mostly family, and some friends will stop by, and it's kind of an in and out type ordeal. We just have appetizers and stuff, just kind of sitting around and eat if you want. If you're hungry, munch on something. If you're not, that's fine too, and kind of come and go as you please. Nothing. Kind of something my aunt started a long time ago, and she's since passed away, and we've kind of started doing it. It's probably been at least 8 or 10 years ago anyway, probably.
Nice.
So we continue to do that. So I always enjoy it. Just kind of have like meatballs and little barbecue weenies and some chips and dip and some salsa and crackers and cheese and stuff like that. Nothing outrageous.
Well, that's nice. That sounds nice. Yeah. That's
Just
usually what we always do on New Year's Eve. That was our tradition. Is we would just do hors d'oeuvres all day long. We wouldn't have a meal. I'd usually have about a dozen different things. I would just stagger throughout the day.
Yeah. I end up eating more doing that than I do if we actually have a meal.
Yeah, because you're snacking. You don't think that you're eating that much, but you're having a little bit here. You're eating constantly throughout the day.
Well, there's something about food just sitting out and sitting there, and if you're standing next to it, it's like you almost have to eat whether you want to eat it or not. It's like, it's you're gonna put food in front of me, I'm gonna eat it. So, so that kind of works out.
On Christmas Eve, when the kids were little, we started having pizza. So that's been our tradition. Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, we always have pizza. So this year, our daughter and son-in-law just moved into their first house. So we're gonna bring the pizza over there and spend Christmas Eve with them. But they're going to the in-laws on Christmas Day. So wife and I are just gonna stay home and relax. It's the two of us.
Well, that's cool. That's nothing wrong with that either. Now, do you usually get something from somewhere out for pizza, or do you do the homemade type pizzas?
Yeah, I have in the past done some homemade. We're probably just gonna get a couple of pizzas from Papa Murphy's or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I like to bake them at home, but they do a pretty good pizza over there.
Yeah, Papa Murphy's is good. We actually had a Papa Murphy's 2 or 3 weeks ago, actually. For $10, you get one, nice I think it's 16-inch maybe for $10 or something. I don't remember how many toppings, but it's very reasonable. You know, and you gotta, of course, cook it yourself, but that's okay.
Yeah, but then it's nice and hot, and
Yeah,
you don't mind in the wintertime because you don't mind warming the house up a bit in the winter.
right. Now I don't know about this weekend; it might be different, but
They like my daughter always her favorite's the Hawaiian, the Canadian bacon and pineapple. So I'll have to get one of those for her. I know her and the kids like that, so we'll probably get that and something else. We always like the cowboy that they have over there, so we might get one of those. I'm not sure.
well, the Cowboys got that's like their supreme with everything on it, right?
Yeah, it's
Kind of,
a
sort of.
sausage, pepperoni. I think it's got Canadian bacon, mushrooms, black olives, and so I like all that stuff on there.
Yeah, yeah. I think we've gotten the Cowboy a couple times before.
So, any tasting notes you want to give on that beer? Gosh, I didn't realize I was drinking that fast. I'm almost done. Holy cow! This one, this is a nice beer. I actually had this for the first time last night on the way to my Christmas party. We had to run into Whole Foods, and they have a little bar area at the Whole Foods there in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Uh, they had this on tap, so I went and had one, and it was so good that I bought a 6-pack there before I left. And it's just a nice, easy drinking porter, but it does have some flavor. It's 6.238, just nice roasted barley notes, but it's just so incredibly drinkable.
It's a 4-pack.
It was a 6-pack, ran $8.49. $8.49 for a 6-pack.
That's nice.
Yeah, 6.3%. I mean, that's a nice price on it. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, this one here's got a little more coffee, and I'm sure it might be from year to year. It differs. Like I said, I haven't had this one for a couple of years. More coffee notes to it than I remember it on the number in years past. Don't really get much.
Yeah, it's been a few years since I had that one. I was trying to remember the notes on. I am not remembering. I haven't bought that one in a while.
I get more of the chocolate on the nose than I do on the flavor. The flavor, I get more coffee, but I don't really smell on the nose. I don't really get a lot of coffee. It almost smells like a sweet milk chocolate on the nose. It's on the bottle. It's a dark chocolate and coffee, but whatever. Chocolate's chocolate, I guess, right?
Yeah.
But the coffee is definitely apparent there on the taste, anyway. That's pretty good. It's a little thinner than I would like for a stout, but it's not a bad. It's a good beer. For being the big whatever you want to call Sam Adams as a micro.
Yeah, I don't know if they're still technically a craft brewery or not. I think they're still in the parameters, but yeah.
Yeah, they kind of walk that fine line of what it is.
They do.
They're so big, but they do enough stuff out of the. They do some of the enough stuff. I think they kind of keeps them as a micro type craft beer, I guess. But they're so large, it's almost hard to even categorize them as that.
Yeah. So, any final thoughts for this session? You want to add any tasting notes? Any party words? Words of wisdom? Anything?
You ain't gonna get much wisdom here. Everybody have a Merry Christmas. If you do the gift giving, I hope you get what you want, and be safe and be responsible.
The best words of wisdom I have are 1, don't eat yellow snow, and 2, never fry bacon naked. I am Todd Beer Whisperer. I want to thank Todd Wren for joining me for this session at the Beer Whisperer Pub. Merry Christmas to you all, and to all a good night.